This last speech is for anyone that has felt stuck in a life situation. Taylor Benson is going to be sharing steps to a more fulfilling life, and she'll be giving us a sneak peek into her life and the tools she used.
If you would have been with me on that March afternoon, you would have seen me driving in the car with my mom on the way back home from Auburn University. You could hear the 80s music blaring, the wind of the air conditioning was blowing in our faces, and I was hoping and praying that that would distract me from what I was really feeling inside. I could feel tears start to well up in my eyes as I turned the music louder, hoping that my mom wouldn't notice. Of course, she turned right to me and said, "Taylor, what is happening? Are you okay?" And that was the moment that I had the breakdown. That's when the tears started flowing down my face, and I said, "I'm not okay." You see, I had been going to this school for a year, but I had felt so broken inside. I had felt so stuck, and I had felt so alone, and I felt like there was no solution. But I didn't want to tell anyone about it because I thought that success meant that me being there, walking, doing everything that I was doing at school, and just going to the next day was what I needed. But what I really needed to do is open up and share. So as I'm feeling this in this moment of despair, in this moment of breakdown, I had the choice to make. Was I going to wallow in self-pity? Was I going to continue to cry and to continue to say, my life is horrible, it's never going to get any better? Or was I going to step out and make a choice that was going to lead me in the right direction? So have you ever felt stuck in a life situation like I did? Are the choices that you're making today getting you closer to where you desire to be tomorrow? Today, I'm going to help you and find a solution. I'm going to give you 3 keys to feeling more fulfilled in your life. I'm going to teach you how to go from failure to fulfillment. The first P is patience. I grew up in Michigan, and they had the most beautiful apple orchards. We would go every year, and they would give us these nice cinnamon donuts and warm apple cider, and then we would go on this hayride, and we were allowed to pick the apples. Well, I was always mesmerized. It was my favorite field trip of the entire year. And so I went and I picked an apple, and I was like, this is my year. This is the year that I'm going to grow an apple tree. So I decided to take this apple, I picked it off the tree, I ate it, and I picked all the seeds out. I brought it home, and I dug a hole in the ground, planted my apple seeds in, and I was like, all right, in a couple hours, I'm going to have that apple tree. So I went back inside, came back out, and I was like, there's no tree there. What's happening? I thought that once you plant the seeds in the ground, there's obviously supposed to be a tree that grows directly there. But of course, we all know that that's not the case. I came back the next day. The tree, still not there. So I went and I screamed, grow, tree, grow! I wanted it so badly. But what I didn't realize is that it took patience to get the tree to grow. Yes, there was a planting of the seed. Yes, there was the watering. It was a process. So when you sow, give time to grow. This is the same thing for things that we plant in our own lives. Those little dreams that we have, like Mark was talking about, those desires that we have in our life. We must have patience if we want those things to take us to the next level. If I would have given up on that tree, I would have never seen it grow. I went back, let's see, that would have been 12 years ago. I went back 12 years later, and guess what was in my front yard? An apple tree. It gave me so much joy and so much fulfillment, but I had to have patience to see that little tree that I planted when I was so young grow. So the first P is patience. The second is positivity. Now I'm going to tell you a little secret about myself. Although I know I look like the most athletic person in the room, I am not. When I was younger, I tried every sport there was. When I say every sport, I literally mean every single sport. I decided that I wanted to be a soccer player, a softball player, a volleyball player. I even tried hockey. Yes, hockey. But I'm sure to your surprise, I was terrible. I saw all my friends going out there, and they were absolutely incredible. I saw my super athletic friends running circles literally around me because I could do nothing. You always see that one child out there, and you're wondering, why did their parents put them in that sport when they're not good at it? That was me growing up. So I decided to keep trying until I found something that I liked. I can vividly remember my parents sitting me down and saying, "Taylor, sweetie, is there anything else that you would like to try that's maybe not sports?" I was like, I don't know. All of my friends are doing it, and that's what I want to do. So I was stuck in this mindset of comparison because I knew that all of my friends around me were doing great things in sports, and I wasn't. I wanted so badly to thrive where they were thriving, but I just couldn't. So it was there I had to ask myself, am I focusing on the problem, which is me not being athletic, or am I trying to move forward towards a solution? Am I being positive and proactive in finding a solution? So, after that moment, my parents decided to sit me down again. "Taylor, sweetie, are you sure you want to keep doing this? Is there anything else you would like to try?" I absolutely loved to be on stage. I loved acting. I loved to put on plays for my family. I loved dancing. I loved singing. I was all about it. So I was like, maybe I'll try theater. So as the years went on, I decided to advance my career, if you will, in theater. And in high school, I decided to try out for advanced production. Well, advanced production was a really big deal in my town, and that meant that you literally traveled with a team and compete in theater. My senior year of high school, I won Best Actress in the state of Alabama, which was really a great accomplishment for me. Can you imagine if I was still stuck playing all of those sports and trying when I was really holding myself back from something that I love so much? I was stuck in that mindset of comparison and that negative thinking to where I couldn't move forward to the future. It was when I broke into the positivity mindset that I knew I had so many possibilities ahead of me. Problems breed more problems, but positivity always breeds possibility. So the first P is patience, the second is positivity, and the third is passion. My dad and I often talk about my dreams and my goals, and he's honestly one of my biggest motivators. And I remember before I came to school, he said, "Taylor, I'm going to give you some very valuable advice. This is how you find your purpose. This is how you find your passion. This is how you find your calling, or for us, our divine design. Find something you love so much that you would gladly do it for free, but can do so well that someone would gladly pay you for it." Passion fuels our purpose. For me, I love youth ministry. I love students. I love the ins and outs of it. And growing up in youth ministry and ministry as a whole, I knew that this was something that I was called to do. I decided to step out of my comfort zone and step into that calling not too long ago because I knew that my passion for students would fuel my purpose to become a youth pastor. So I want to encourage you to live fully daily. Decide to take those risks that you're scared of taking. When I first decided that I wanted to be an actress, if you will, I didn't think that I would be the best. I thought that I would be the worst, just like I was in sports. But I decided to take that risk. Great things never come out of our comfort zones. Your desire for success should always outweigh your fear of failure. So remember the 3 P's: patience, positivity, and passion. I just want to give you a little update on my life of where I started crying in the car with my mom as a sad freshman to where I am now, almost finished with my junior year. I decided to transfer from Auburn University to Southeastern University, and it was one of the greatest decisions that I have ever made. Yes, it took stepping out of my comfort zone, but it was something that I felt called to do, and it is where my passion lied. Now I can say that I've had so many amazing experiences. I've made friends that will last me a lifetime. And I'm now the student body vice president, and I could not be more happy. This is the place where I'm able to thrive because it is where the Lord has called me to be. It wasn't always easy. It wasn't the most simple way out of things, but it is something that I felt called to do. And I stepped out of failure, and now I'm walking in fulfillment. So is what you are doing today getting you closer to where you want to be tomorrow? Thank you.